A little more than a week out from the Cuse football opener, Brian Haggett's here, joined by Aaron Hackett in the football wing right now. We can see he's in the football auditorium. Aaron, how's it going? And less than 2 weeks now to the season. What's the feeling like amongst the team now that it's starting to become real once again?
I mean, I think everyone's really excited that we're getting this opportunity to go out there and go down to North Carolina and play. You know, there's been a lot of uncertainty this year, whether what was going on, whether we were going to get the opportunity to play or not. But now that things are looking like a go, everyone's focused and it's feeling like a regular game week.
Obviously, I mean, this is as weird a lead up to a season as there ever could be. That kind of goes without saying. Earlier today, though, you guys got the game time of the first game, noon at Carolina. Did that finally, I guess, make it real again? I mean, you guys have been working hard for months here, but to actually start looking like there's going to be a football game, it's got to be a little different.
Yeah, when we got the time too, noon kickoff and everything. So, like I said, there was a lot of uncertainty leading up to all this, but now that we got a date, time, and place, and we know we're going to get on that plane and go down there and go to play North Carolina, we're excited.
All right, personally for you, Coach Babers mentioned earlier this week, you've been a little banged up in camp, but back full go right now. How's your body feeling getting ready for the year?
I mean, I feel back to 100%. I had a little deal going on before the season, but I was able to rehab and get back up to full strength. And, you know, I'm confident going into this season that I'm ready to go.
I'm curious, does that make you feel behind a little, or in this season where I guess everybody's behind a little, does it maybe matter less when you're getting ready for the year?
Yeah, I feel like everyone's time frame's been a little different, especially, you know, not being here for a couple of months, being sent back home. So I feel like I got a lot of good work while I was back home that I was able to kind of set myself forward. So even though I lost a couple of days of practice here and there, I was able to make up for that from the work I've put in previously.
What's your perspective on the offense this season and changes from last year? We know Coach Gilbert is in as the offensive coordinator, but at the same time, Dino's not throwing out what got him here. How big of a change can we expect to see on the field this year? And I guess the style of what you guys are doing.
Well, I mean, yeah, Coach Gilbert and Coach Babers have been together for a while. So obviously with Coach Gilbert coming in, he's able to put a new perspective on things and add a couple more wrinkles into the offense. And, you know, those two guys, they work really well together, and they've been able to communicate well to the rest of the offense of things we needed to improve on from last year. And I'm confident in the progress we've made these last couple of weeks in camp.
You're a veteran, Aaron. I mean, you've seen what practice has been like the last few years. So what has it led to in practice, getting that new voice out there this year?
I get just another perspective on things, definitely. You know, Coach Gilbert, he's been in the game for a long time. He's coached a lot of great offenses. So being able to see things from a different eye maybe than we haven't before, and just adding a different perspective to things. He's coached a lot of really talented guys, and he's obviously he's been a lot of places, and he's picked up a lot of knowledge from where he's been. So being able to add that back on top of all the coaches we already have here has been refreshing.
Well, you know it, Aaron. All eyes, speaking of eyes on things, they're always on the quarterback, and that's your guy, Tommy DeVito, coming back for his second year as a starter. Have you noticed any differences out of him this year, on the field, off the field, whatever it may be, as he comes back for year two as a starter?
I mean, I just think throughout my time that I've been here with Tommy, obviously we came in together. I've seen his confidence just grow and grow more in his own ability. And, you know, he can throw the ball just as good as anyone I've seen, better than anybody I've seen in the country. So he's starting to understand that and really let loose.
You know, I mean, part of your job is catching the ball. Part of your job is protecting it. Tommy took some shots early in the season last year, and he made it through. How much emphasis have you guys put on that this year, that maybe if you keep him upright a little early in the season, it'll pay off big down the stretch?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he like I said, he's got a great arm. We just need to give him the time to use it. So we've put we actually took, you know, hearing that stuff about the O-line and the protection last year, I feel like a lot of guys took that personal, that, you know, we kind of fell short on our job of protecting him. So that's we kind of playing with the chip on our shoulder, and that's something we want to prove to everyone this year, that we can go up and protect him and keep the offense rolling.
So much of that is communication over the years, talking to guys. Obviously, technique and knowing what's going on is important, but being in sync with each other, is that affected at all, I guess, by this sort of stop-and-start nature to camp and getting ready for the season this year?
Yeah, I mean, like you say, especially on the offensive line and between the tight ends, it's all about communication, being able to pick up different blitzes and looks. But I feel like we got a really close-knit group of guys, and we've been able to come together through the offseason and during camp. You know, this is probably the closest bond I've ever seen the O-line have since I've been here. They're always hanging out together, going out to get food, and the tight ends are involved for that. So I feel like the communication off the field has improved a lot, and that's going to lead to better things on the field as well.
Hey, an O-line's not going to miss a chance to get food. We know that over the years.
Absolutely. They can eat.
They got to get out for a meal. All right, tight end room is a good one right now. We know about you. We know about Chris Elmore and the various roles he can play. Tell me a little bit about Luke Benson. He popped a little bit last year as a freshman, made some big plays. So what have you seen as he gets ready for his sophomore year?
Yeah, I mean, Luke has grown tremendously throughout his time here. I mean, he came in, he was more of a pass first guy, and he's just added a lot of weight. He's definitely dedicated himself in the weight room and got his body to where he's looking more like a tight end and moving like a tight end better too. I just see his growth. He's got so much potential with the athleticism he has, and every day he comes to work and tries to achieve that.
All right, Aaron, I asked Tommy this and Cisco this last week and got some good answers. We haven't been out of practice this year. You guys are out there with as few people around looking at you as there ever would have been at this time of year. So besides the guys we really know, who has popped out to you on offense or defensive practice this year?
I think we got a couple really good young linebackers who are really starting to stand out. Jeff Canton, Lee, all those guys, they're flying around, they're making plays, they're physical. I mean, these last couple weeks to camp, we the tight ends and the linebackers have had pretty good battles. So I see those guys as really taking a big step forward this year.
All right, always good to see the guys that are guarding you are doing a good job. You get a sense of it. All right, let's wrap up with this. Are you familiar with the idea of the football term 3 yards in a cloud of dust, Aaron?
Yep, 100%.
All right, and that's not the way you guys play, and that's not really where we're going with it. But in this current era, 2 yards is where we're at. 6 feet, social distancing. We're getting some room. So we're going to go some rapid-fire questions here. We're calling this 2 yards and a cloud of questions. We're putting a minute up here on the clock, and we're going to hit you with some questions. Best binge watch you had during quarantine?
I'd have to go Game of Thrones.
Okay. Did you go all the way from the beginning?
Yeah, I started over, and I had a lot of time, so I got to finish it.
All right, that'll get you there. All right, strangest thing you binge watched during your time at home?
I don't know about strangers. I'd have to say I got through, I guess, the Titanic. It wasn't strange, but that was something I got to rewatch.
All right. It's one of the most watched movies of all time, so I guess
Yeah.
we'll give you that. All right. Amount of times you wore something other than sweats while you were at home in quarantine?
I mean, besides working out, I think I was in sweats probably every day, so less than 5.
How long did you go without a haircut?
Putting me on the spot there. Way too long. That's the answer. Probably about 2 or 3 months.
Did you wait till you got to go back out, or somebody at home do it for you?
No. So I actually got a haircut as soon as I got back up to Syracuse. But before that, I hadn't, since we had went home in Florida, I had not got my haircut.
All right. Aaron, I had more questions for you, but our minute is up. So that wraps up our 2 yards and a cloud of questions. Thanks for being a good sport with it. And hey, man, we're looking forward to seeing you actually out on the field here in a week and a half.
Yes, sir. I can't wait. Thank you.